Yeah. See here, girls. In the last class, I'll start to the topic in the unit 2, algae. Yes or no, girls? Last
Yes, ma'am.
మీకు algae class start చేశాను
Yes,
కదా.
ma'am.
Algae లో what topics are completed? General account. What is algae? What is the thallus organization? What type of reproduction are there? What is the classification? These are things are completed. Yes, ma. And type study also I'll start in the last class. Volvox is completed. Yes, girls. Volvox complete ayindi kada? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
In that one, here today I'll start the class. The topic name is called Idogonium. Idogonium is the second topic, the class of chlorophyceae. In the last class, I'll start to the what is chlorophyceae, what characters are there. In these all things are I'll complete it. Now I will start today class also the Idogonium class. Idogonium is see here the systematic position of Idogonium. This one is a systematic position or classification of Idogonium. What is the classification? The chlorophyceae class is called chlorophyceae. Order Idogoniales. The genus name is called Idogonium. This is the classification. Yes or no, girls? Classification is more important in your theory and practical. That's why you can by hand it. The classification also very most important. And this is the classification. See, what is the thallus? What characteristic features of Idogonium is there? See here, girls. In the last class, Volvox you can study it, no? The Volvox thallus is called very different thallus is there in the Volvox. What is the thallus structure of Volvox? Cenobium. And what is the round and cenobium structure? Colonies are present. Colonial form or colonies are present. The plant body is called cenobium. But here in this Idogonium, the thallus is very different to compare to the chlorophyceae. Compared to the Volvox. In the chlorophyceae member, different thallus I'll explain. 3 type studies are there. These 3 type studies, different thallus structure. Volvox is a thallus is called colonial form or cenobium. But you can observe here, Idogonium thallus is very different to compare to the Volvox. Yes or no, girls? This thallus is completely different. What is the thallus? You can observe in the picture. Here, the thallus is a filamentous plant body. What is this one? Filamentous, unbranched, multicellular plant body. This one is a filamentous. Filamentous, unbranched. Branches is there, ma? No branching in this one. The unbranched filamentous plant body. Here, this is the to compare the Volvox. This one is totally different. Let's see, Idogonium meaning here the filament is at a, okay, filament body is there, but this filament plant body to attached with the help of colorless disc-like holdplast or substratum. This total plant body is called the filamentous. In this filamentous body, multicellular structure are there. But you can observe in this multicellular structure, you can leave the 2 cells. One is the bottom cell, another one apical cell. What is the bottom cell name is called basal cell. Or another name is called holdfast. Basal cell or holdfast. This is the bottom cell. Where the apical portion cell is there, in that one is apical cell, apical part, that is called apical cell or apical caps. You can leave this one. What is the importance of these filament, these basal cell, the holdfast cell? Here the filament is attached with the any substratum, hold fast to like, or the basal part or hold fast to attach to the any substratum, meaning any part of the in fresh water, sometimes another plant body, sometimes to attach to the rocks, sand like parts. These are to base to attach to the these basal portion. Okay. Next one, the second point, plant body is filamentous. Yes or no, girls? You can observe the plant body, the filament plant body, and unbranched. Ikkada branches is totally absent, girls. Filament plant body unbranched. It is aquatic in permanent, semi-permanent freshwater pools, tanks, lakes, ditches. Sometimes you can observe free floating water also. You can observe to the this Idogonium. Where you can observe to the Idogonium, you can observe the freshwater algae. But here freshwater meaning where freshwater, this is a permanent water bodies or for pools, tanks, lakes, floating of water, you can observe to the in this filament plant body. Okay. Next one, presence of large single nucleus, and each and every cell you can observe to the how many nucleus are there. Single nucleus is present, reticulate chloroplast with numerous spirinoids are present. Each and every cell, you can, this is a multicellular structure. That say the cell is total how many cells are present. Each and every cell is called one nucleus, that is called a single nucleus. And what type of chloroplast is there? Reticulate chloroplast with numerous spirinoids also present. The another one, this is the basal portion, all of the cells are present. What is the another important? Another important here, you can observe apical portion. In this part, capsule is most important. In the starting, I'll explain. No, you can the remove two cells are most important. One is the basal, another one apical. Basal cell, what is the important to attach to the any substrata? And what is the second one? This part, apical portion, apical part, presence of a cap is dividing the cells. They here many capsules to produce the this apical. Where the apical cell is there, in that cell is the divisions are present only in that cell. And next one, here the cell wall, you can observe to the, this is a single cell, enlarge the single cell. Picture AB is there, no ma? In that one is the enlarge of the cell, single cell. The cell wall made up of 3 layers, girls. How many layers? 3 layers. Outer layer to made up of chitin, middle layer pectin, inner layer cellulose. The cell wall made up of 3 layers. Outer made up of chitin, middle made up of pectin, inner layer made up of cellulose. This is a characteristic feature of the Idogonium cell wall. This one is a just general account of the Idogonium. Did you understand these points, girls, here?
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Next one, reproduction. But here, reproduction is the 3 types of reproduction, you know. One is the vegetative reproduction, asexual and sexual reproduction is present. But first I'll explain to the what is the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is the 2 types of vegetative reproduction. One is the fragmentation and second one is akinets. What is the fragmentation? It takes place by accidentally breakage of the filament. Where the filament is there, in that mother filament, sometimes breakdown to the accidentally breakage is present in that filament. These dying of intercalary cells by formation of intercalary sporangia, these are fragments capable of developing into a new Idogonium filament. This is the one process of the fragmentation method of the vegetative. The second method of vegetative is called akinets. What is akinete? Here, when unfavorable condition is there, one second, girls. Where unfavorable condition is there, and what is the unfavorable condition? When drought condition, in summer condition, in the ponds, lakes, and water consumption is very less. In that time is called the unfavorable condition. In that unfavorable condition, the entire protoplast of cell become a very thick wall. The color is called to turn into the reddish color, reddish brown, round and oval shape. These are called acinids. The acinids germinate during favorable condition. Favorable condition meaning when the rainy season is came, now in that time these acinids to develop into the new Idogonium filament. They generally form in China. You can observe in the generally this is the China. And this one is the, what is this two? Reproduction, vegetative reproduction. How many types, ma? 2 types. One is a fragmentation method. The second method is called akinete. Next one, the second reproduction is called asexual reproduction. See, this one is a asexual reproduction picture. You can observe. Asexual meaning, what is a asexual, ma? Always asexual reproduction to produce the spores, but here zoospores formation is important. What is asexual reproduction to produce here? Zoospores. In this one, Idogonium is a form of filamentous green algae. What is this one? Filamentous, you know that one, filamentous green algae. Idogonium is the filamentous green algae. It is capable of reproduced sexually. What is the meaning of sexually? Each Idogonium has both male and female reproductive organs are present. Asexual reproduction, the Idogonium fragments produced to the zoospore formation. What is the type of asexual reproduction, ma, here? Zoospore formation. Zoospore are able move to the spontaneously through the water. Once the zoospore is produced, it is released and free find suitable substrate. Once found, the zoospore cells are able to divide and form a new filament of Idogonium. This one is the seagulls. Here, this one is the one normal filament. In this normal filament, to produce to the zoospores. See, in the picture you can observe, no? This one is the zoospore formation. This is the mucilaginous sheath. Inside this part is called the zoospores. See, you can observe the picture D also. After mature the zoospore and the successive stage of zoospore formation, this one, these zoospores to form to the single germination of zoospores like this. This one is the asexual reproduction in Idogonium. The second one, sexual reproduction in Idogonium. Sexual reproduction is a Idogonium type is the oogamous type. What is the type, ma? Oogamous type. What is the sexual oogamous? See here, this one is the sexual reproduction is development. Here, sexual sex organs meaning, you know, male sex organ is there and female sex organ both are present. The sexual reproduction is at very advanced type, oogamous type. What are the sex organs here? Male and female, both are the sex organs. Male gametes or antherozoids are produced in Antaridium, and the female gamete or egg is produced in Oedogonium. Male and female gametes differ both morphologically and physiologically. Very different structures are there. Only one egg to produce Oedogonia and 2 antherozoid in each antheridium. Here gametes are most important, male gamete and female gamete. But male and female morphologically differ, morphologically and physiologically different. What is the difference in between? The male female gametophyte, only one egg is produced each oogonium. But here, Antheridium to produce to the two anthrozoid. Another motile structure of the androspores, the Antheridium to produce this one androspores is produced singly Androsporangium. Okay? Each and every Androsporangium to produce the single androspore. This is the deficiency of nitrogen, alkaline, pH of the water factor promoting to the sexual reproduction. What is the promoting of the sexual reproduction? These are the nitrogen, alkalines, pH. These are the factors to promoting to the sexual reproduction in Oedogonium. See, this is the successive stage development anthrozoid. See, this is the antheridial mother cell. After antheridial mother cell to divided into the two young antheridium and two antheridium. See here, two anthrozoids to form. This is a vesicle cell. Inside the vesicle cell, you can observe to the flagella type of anthrozoids are present. See, in this one is the antheridium development and oogonium development. This is a filament oogonium mother cell divide and to form to the oogonium. In the oogonium, the cell name is called suffultatory cell or supporting cell. And after that one, see, can observe the oogonium development. After this one oogonium, ovum is also present in the oogonium. This is the sexual reproduction in Oedogonium. But here very interesting character is there in the sexual reproduction, girls. Okay, you can write the what is the sexual reproduction, what is the male gamete to develop, what is the female gamete to develop, you can write down. But the distribution of Oedogonium, the sex organs is very different. Very important character are there. What is the different, what is characters are there in this one? Here based on size of male. Male meaning what is the male reproductive organ, girls? Ain't male reproductive organ? Tell me, girls, what is the male reproductive organ? Are you there? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what is the male reproductive organ? Antheridia, no? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the male reproductive organ name is called Antaridia. Filament, the species of Idogonium are divided into, see here girls, listen carefully in this one. Based on the size of male. Male reproductive size, organ size and batti. The Antaridia filament, species of Idogonium divided into two types. The size, male reproductive organ size based cheskoni, the filament ni base cheskoni, Idogonium species again to divided how many groups ma? Two groups. One is called Macandrus. The second one is called Nanandrus type. What is that one ma? First species name, what is the how to base these two? Anyone to tell? Ela base cheskoni two ga divide chesaru? Girls, to tell me, anyone to respond. How to base two divided in these two?
Size of the male filaments.
Size of the male filament. What is the species name? Very important, girls. In the competitive exam time also to ask the base size of the male gamete to Idogonium. What is the name? The first name is called the Macandrus. The second name is called the Nanandrus. Okay, what is the difference in between the Macandrus and Nanandrus species? See, first I'll explain to the Macandrus species. What characters are there in the Macandrus? Macandrus type of the Antheridia develop in the filament of normal male size. What is normal size? Here main is the size base cheskone male filament size base cheskone 2 ga divide చేస్తారు. But Macandrus lo Antheridium yokka what is the structure, what is the development of Antheridium? Ikkada enti Antheridium develop normal size ga untundi, no difference, very normal. But in this one also two types, one is the monoecious and second one is called dioecious type. What is the monoecious? These are the examples, guys. In this type of monoecious, Idogonium phraseola, Idogonium nodulosum, Idogonium hirinmi. These are the example for the monoecious Antharidia and Oogonia born on the same filament. You know monoecious type. Here Antharidia and Oogonia are born on same filament. In the same filament, you can observe to the both the male and female. This is called the monoecious type of Macandrus. In some dioecious type of Macandrus also there. What are that one? Heterothalism is there in this one. Heterothalism means the development of Antharidia, Oogonia, different filament. The development of Antharidia and Oogonia is a different filaments. That is called heterothalic or dioecious type of Idogonium. Example, Gracillus, Cadicum, Quarticum. These are the example for the dioecious of the Macandrus. And what is this one? In the size of male filament of Idogonia, again the species, two types. One is a Macandrus and Nanandrus. In the Macandrus, the Antheridium development always very normal size. In this one, some of species monoecious, some of species dioecious. Okay, see, this one is a life cycle is the Macandrus monoecious species and Macandrus dioecious species. Next one, what is the Nanandrus type? Nanandrus species are always dioecious, girls. Listen carefully. To compare to the Macandrus, but here Nanandrus species are always dioecious. What is the dioecious meaning? That is called the development of Antharidia and Oogonia are born on different filamentous. Antharidia develop on very small filament. Very careful, listen, very important point, ma. The Antharidia develop on a very small filament termed as dwarf male or nanandrium. Antharidia ekkada develop avutundi? Small filament. Chinna filament danni pumbamana tantuvu antaru Telugulo. That is the small filament to develop the Antharidia. The term as called, what is the name? Dwarf male or nanandrium. This one is the special character. Dwarf male where you can observe in only nanandrium species. Initially, Androsporangia are developed in series on normal sized filament. The androspore form within Androsporangia. Each Antheridium produced two anthrozoid. Here androspores are very smaller than zoospores. The male gamete very small to the zoospores. Zoospores ante ekkada kanipichayi meeku asexual reproduction lo cheppanu chudandi, avi zoospores. Ee androspores meeku చూడడానికి ఎలా కనిపిస్తాయి అంటే zoospores గానే ఉంటాయి, but very small in size, but larger than the anthrozoid. Again, these Nanandria species, two types. The one is the Gynandrosporus, Idiandrosporus. What is the definition of both Gynandro and Idiandro? Androsporangia, Oogonia born on same filament. In the Nanandro species, Androsporangia ante enti? Male reproductive organ. Oogonia meaning female reproductive organ. Both are born same filament, that is called Gynandrosporus type. Idiandrosporus meaning different. Androsporangia meaning male and Oogonia meaning female. Both are born on different filaments. That is called the Idiandrosporus. Did you understood, ma? What is the Gynandro? What is the Idiandrosporus? Yes, girls? అర్థమైందా ఇది? హలో.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Tell me, ma. Did you understand this one? What is gynandro? What is idiandro? Next one, ma. Here, after this one, you can observe this, girls. This one is the this picture. You can observe Idogonium development dwarf plant. This is the Androsporangias. These Androsporangias you can observe to produce to the androspores. These androspores just like can observe the zoospores, but the size is different. Each and every androspores enter into the filament. This is a supporting cell. This one is a Oedogonium, and you can observe this picture, D picture. In this one, development of dwarf male and to formation of the anthrozoids and formation of the oospore after fertilization. See, where the dwarf male is there, this one is a dwarf males and androspores, and this cell name is called the suffultatory cell. This part is called the, what is this one? This is the Oedogonium or oospore, and here many in the only one Oedogonium is there. In one, these are the male reproductive organs are dwarf male enter into the Oedogonium, and after this one, anthrozoids to enter into the Oedogonium to after fertilization to form to the what is zygote formation is there. That is the oosphere. What is the name? Oosphere. In this one second, ma. Oosphere. Some see, this one is the to formation of the oosphere, reddish in color, unfavorable condition. This is a very thick layer is present. Where the favorable conditions are there, in that time this oosphere to form to the new Idogonium plant. This is the total sexual reproduction in both species. Did you understood, girls? Any queries or any doubts are there in Idogonium? Yeah, 1 second. I'll stop my record.